What's up? This is Mike, Super Mike. How you doing? Just got a couple thoughts on this ADOS and DISUNITY. Real quick video. Um, Basically, we do need this movement. This movement uh, is happening because of uh, a lot of work, probably 100 years of work since Marcus Garvey and what's going on is we're starting to see the game, and we we need to pay homage to all the teachers that we had to make us smart enough, to make enough of us smart enough to even have movements. Otherwise, you can't have a movement if you don't have enough educated people on the subject. So that's one point that I want to make. None of this is happening out of isolation. Uh, the problem is our teachers spend a lot of time educating us on all the facts, all the speeches. Those of us the in the USA government, but also our people in the Caribbean, our people in Africa, our people in the South America region, and I mean, even in Pacific Island regions, which a lot of us don't claim, but that's our people too. You know, black is the indigenous people of the planet Earth. So we've been all around this planet. So really, we're all family. Black is the normal condition of humanity. So it's not about our skin color when we're talking about black. It's just really the normal condition. So it's special to be black, but it's not really supposed to be special. It's only special because, um, we've been oppressed. The whole planet's been oppressed. So we're just waking up. Uh, the division that we're having is over crumbs. And why I say that is this. With the ADOS movement. I respect everybody who did this. There's a lot of people that's educated, went to college, uh, and study finances, and do these things a lot, and that's good. So they're doing good, and it's a necessary movement. But the flaws in it I see is that it's going to create this disunity. We're going to uh, create bad blood between ourselves, but I think we're going to eventually get it. So we need to start. So that's good. It's good. And that's the reason why I support it, even though I see a few things going on with it. But yeah, I, you know, eventually begging, we're creating a demand. So we are creating a demand. We have the only thing that we can really hurt this enemy with right now is a political consequence. So if they don't give us what we won't vote for them. And they want to get into the office. Of course, they're going to try to replace you with Mexicans. And the Mexicans, or the Mexican immigrant, or the Latino Hispanic immigrant, is not aware, on the most part. There's a lot of them are, but for the most part, they can, because they can pass as white, or they and and they have a little more unity than you. they can look down on you, and they're going to work hard, and their goal and their objective is to take over, which they are doing, taking over California. That's not crumbs. Black people really have a great opportunity to take over. Just like other immigrants can move into an area and take over, this is a great opportunity for us to see that we can do the same thing. You have to become a power unto yourself. Right now, we're still begging for we still see the American government as power, as our power to beg from, to get results, to solve our problems from. And we, with this amount of organizational effort, we can actually solve our problems ourselves. And we can actually take territory without killing people. We can move in, start working the territory, buying up land, raising our kids, and we can do it. And then we can become the police force. We can become and really take that territory, just like the Hispanic immigrants pretty much have taken California, which is about 100 million acres. And black folks, we really have Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi. We can take all of that. But we don't have the mind to do that. We have the mind to beg. And that's fine because we're at least asking for something tangible. So to me, this is the first step in a few stairs. Well, I think this is the second step. The first step is to get enough of us smart enough to even ask for something. So this is a great move. It's almost, I look at us like a baby. I mean, we just, we're just starting this out. We are a group. We are, and everybody on this planet sees us as a group, as a nation. But we still think we're just Americans. A lot of us do. But we are actually a country. Black America is a country. We have a unique culture and a unique uh, experience. That's what connects us. We come from, different places. Some of us have been here. Some of our DNA has been here. Some of us, our DNA comes directly from Africa. Some of our DNA comes from Native Americans and, of course, white people. And then you cook all that over 464 years of oppression and fighting and misunderstanding. And this is what you get. So, this is pretty much what we're doing. But right now, I think we're fighting over crumbs. Uh, and we don't want, it's not going to be a good thing for us to uh, alienate, because see, with the ADOS movement, American descendants of slaves. Think about that. Now I know there's a movement to that, but then there's a technical definition to that, because white people have African, black, slave ancestry. So what? What's that? That's they are they ADOS? They will be legitimately, and they could legitimately call themselves ADOS if money start to come. And they wouldn't do that until what? Money, resources. And they could get those resources from you because they're smarter than you. They're smarter than us as a group. They know how to rule, how to operate, to acquire resources, and how to keep those resources, how to control those resources. See, this is a skill set that we have to learn as a group. And they can't, nobody in the world can teach us this. All they can do is just keep stealing from us until we get the picture. That's what they're doing. I mean, it's almost like we're getting mad because somebody's, if you see somebody with money that fell out of their pocket and you, hey, they got some money sitting there and they just look at it. 3 days go past, the money's still sitting there. Hey man, you gonna get this money? It's outside. If somebody comes pick up that money, you can't get mad. That's what we got going on here. We got value, our money, we have value, our labor, and other groups are just coming to get it. And true enough, we have a enemy, which is opposition. They came over here. Every time they see us organize ourselves, they feel threatened because, of course, if we organize ourselves with the knowledge that we know of their system, they can't rule us anymore. They're having trouble running us, and we're clueless. We're clueless, and they still couldn't kill us. They were trying to kill us over the past 100 years, all, and they couldn't do that. So they know once we get resources, and once we get a certain degree of sophistication, they have no chance with us. Uh, but that's where we at. So I mean, of course, our we have to just look at the plans that our ancestors have given us. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad had the best plan for us. You want a place to live that you control completely. And if someone tries to attack you, you have a regulated army. You could do trade, international trade. We have we can gain friendship all across this planet. There's many countries that respect us. If we organized ourselves and took over territory, and yes, this would take years, but we would be gaining power as we move towards that goal. We would gain much more power, as through time, as we started to actually organize towards that, because we will be concentrating our efforts, are concentrating ourselves in a certain area, and then we would have that mindset and preaching that mindset of, buying the land, taking over the resources. We would exclude enemies. We would create that culture, and that is the culture that every nation has. That's what we're missing. We have to create that culture to acquire resources as a group and defend those resources as a group. And that's what we're lacking. And right now we're still trying to be integrated into, I mean, it's good. Like I said, it's a great step that enough of us are trying this step. We need to try it and fail. Well, my hope is that we don't alienate, because actually, really and truly, the Caribbean, the people, our black people in the Caribbean are us, because actually, England enslaved started with Europeans from they enslaved us first. They came down to Africa, tricked the Africans. You had Spain and Portugal. They set up their companies. Then Britain set their thing up with the Queen Elizabeth's 100-year slave plan. She sent she sent Hawkins. She sent Hawkins, John Hawkins. He started his 100-year slave plan. Those are the guys who enslaved us first. So actually, the Caribbean, they brought us to the Caribbean first. Columbus and the boys and them. And then they started killing the ones that's over here already, the natives, Taínos, and then there are, reports that there were some Moors and Somalian people came over here, and some of that. And those are the guys that start killing first. So those countries are still there. The Caribbean nations, CARICOM, they're getting their reparations from England. And actually, the United States black Americans are owed that, some of that, because that's who brought us over here in the first place. Then when the United States got their independence, we fought for that. And there's the United States now, and they're wanting to still enslave us, and then they turned it into chattel slavery, which made you a pig, chicken, goat, rat, cat, something like that to do. And they made us dumb so that we weren't smart enough to defend ourselves. But we still were smart, but we didn't know what they knew. And so we still don't know. So we're still trying to figure this thing out. So it takes a while. And that's what we're dealing with. That's my take. We're fighting over crumbs. We shouldn't be getting too mad at each other over something we don't even have. You're fighting over money that doesn't exist. Resources that right now, we all have access to. We need to look at our options also as black Americans. We need to put down, we can beef with each other, but it's just like England and America, Germany, all the white countries, they beef with each other, but they don't let it get past a certain point. And that's what we have to do as black people. Africans, some of them sold us, some of those tribes sold us and sold us out. Some of them are still selling us out. We sell us out. So we have to create a culture that we can punish our bad behaviors, behaving ones. And, we can retain that power unto us as a group so we can do it our way. And our job is not to allow the enemy to use a difference or the enemy doesn't have the power to settle our disputes. So when we have different natural problems with each other, we don't get it at where we need the enemy to solve our problems. We don't need that. You should rather die than let that enemy solve your problem, because he's going to end up ruling you. You're giving him authority to run both sides. Once you give someone the authority to solve a dispute between you and your brother or sister, that dispute, that party has power over both of you. And that's what they did. That's how they enslaved us. And that's how they colonized Africa. And this is how they keep tricking us. We go to them to solve our problem. So I think that's it. All right. I don't know how to do this.